It is the art of trash talking. What makes it fun? When is a good time to start or stop? Is there a thin line between being fun or being rude? And do your teammates chime in? All that and more on Let's Talk Bowling. I'm your host, Go Time, USBC Level 1 Coach Dwight Green, along with Coach Geek up there, who is also a USB level coach. And we have Mr. AT, Aaron Thomas, in the house. How you doing today, Aaron? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. A little nervous, but I'll be all right.
Nervous. You just got back from a vacation, so you should be nice and loose.
As soon as I touched down at home, I said, okay, I need another vacation already.
Yeah. Ain't that something? That's how vacations work. You go on vacation and you can't wait to go. Then all of a sudden, it's like you're there and it's like, this is the best time of my life. And when it's time to go, it's like, shoot, I need another one. So soon. When's my next vacation? How much PTO I got saved up? I'm not coming back to work. I'm going back out. But where'd you end up going for your vacation?
So I had a two-part thing. I went to Atlantic City, which is like a popular Jersey beach in Jersey. And then I went to Virginia Beach this past week. So definitely had my beach time. Got a little tan, you know.
You look tan.
Exactly.
No, Atlantic City. I used to work for MGM, and one of our hotels was there. Was that what's it called? Borgata.
Mm-hmm.
Borgata was one of MGM's properties. I think it still is. But I've heard lots of great things about the place. It's like another Biloxi, but we have more casinos down here. Y'all just have a few up there.
Right.
But that's not bragging or anything, but definitely as a casino stop. Did you do any gambling?
I did not. I mainly went there for the beach and the clubs, so I had a great time.
You were Jersey sorting it out, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, I saw Lil Jon was one of the people we saw, so that was nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
like
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we're also going to be talking about you. So, sir, please let us know what started you with bowling. You know, how young did you start? You know, was it very recent, like Jashane, where he started like 3 years ago? Was it like a long time ago? How did you progress from youth bowling into adulthood bowling? And how competitive are you now versus, let's say, when you was a youth?
Mm-hmm. So my dad's dad started bowling, and he got my dad into bowling. I just remember, growing up watching my dad bowl. Him and my mom got me into a league at 4, and I've been bowling ever since. I've always loved bowling, whether I do good or bad. It's always just been like my go-to. If I'm having a bad day, I want to bowl, or I'm looking for what tournament to do next, what league to do. So it's in my blood at this point. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about what you said next. So, I did junior. I think I started my first junior league at like 6 or 7. That transitioned into me bowling in college for 3 years. I took a little break afterwards, and then I got right back into it maybe like a year or two ago. I thought I was out of bowling for a second because I kind of was like trying to figure out what to do life after college. But once I kind of had a job and stuff, I was like, okay, I need to bowl again because I'm stressed out with work again. But I've been bowling again ever since. But yeah, bowling's just in my DNA at this point.
Okay, and stats, 300s, 800s, spell them, tell it.
I wish. My high game and series, I got the same day. It was a 279 high game and a 728 high series. And I was 14. I wasn't feeling good that day, but I just pushed myself to bowl anyway, and I ended up getting my high game series. So I'm glad that I did.
Okay.
Those respectable.
Okay. And you had very recently did Sports Shot League this past summer. So,
oh gosh,
I'm going to pose this question to you: the stream bowling, let's talk bowling question. House or sport? Which one do you think is your true average?
I think house is. I think sport was just, I don't know. So my goal for sport was to finish with a 180. I ended up finishing with a 170. So I did better than I thought, honestly. I thought I was going to be like in the 150 range, like truth be told. But it was just, I don't know. I would do it again, but I just really wasn't mentally prepared. I haven't bowled in a sports shot thing in a while, so just I was really beating myself up about it, trying to expect the 190s and the 200s that I can get in like a house shot. And I should have just really just been like, okay, as long as I'm picking up spares, as long as I'm like doing, having respectable scores. So that's what I think I would have my mind frame moving forward if I do it again next summer.
Yeah,
I think you should. You think you should. 170
absolutely.
is not bad for your first time out. I mean, only thing you can do is get better from
Right.
that point. Or unless you're having a bad year, no, you go backwards or you're not really paying attention, doing it for fun. I mean, that's the only reason why I see you go backwards. But
Hmm.
170 is not bad. If you translate that
Yeah.
30 pin difference, that's about a 200 average on house. So
Right.
that's not bad at all for a
Yeah.
starter. So, I mean, standing ovation for you. Hats off to you. That was actually a pretty good showing for your first time out.
Right.
So, what platforms are you on? Like, what do you do? You just do TikTok? Are you on YouTube, Facebook? Where can people find you out in these TikTok streets?
So really just TikTok. If you don't follow me already, follow me DE Bowler 813. And then my Facebook is just Aaron Thomas. But those are mainly like the two bowling related things that I'm on.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. You're pretty active in our stream page.
Oh, yes. I try. I feel like, I don't want to like be too active, but I do like starting conversation or just posting stuff about bowling in there too.
You know where I
Okay.
stand on that. The more the better. Just keep yapping.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep
And I
people
can do that.
engaged.
Yeah.
And with the new fall season coming up, what goals do you have set for yourself this year? Where do you see yourself finishing, starting
Hmm.
throughout the whole year? Where do you see yourself progressing through this year with the knowledge you gained from Sports Shop Bowling and being in the group with us and the coaching that you have received from us somewhat? Like, where do you see yourself being at this year as your goals?
So I finished last season with a high, I think 198 average. In my summer, I finished with a 200, but I don't really count that because it was a 4 game thing. So I want to at least have a 200 average with the 3 game set minimum. I really think I can do 205, 210, but I don't, that's my goal. If I reach at least a 200, I'll be happy with that. But I definitely think I've, over the years just been more accurate. Even though I've been bowling for a while, I think I felt the best about my bowling this past year or two. Um, I just think I've been more confident with my shots. I'm really hard on myself at times, and that's why, like y'all know, with the third game, I feel like the third game is always my lowest because I feel like if I do good the
Yeah.
first two, I'm like, okay, I got to keep this going. And I think sometimes I just overthink and just miss easy stuff that I shouldn't. But I'm really trying to just, this season get out of that third game slump, the third game curse. I don't even want to think about that. Just bowl like I do the first 2 games and just hope that I can, maintain that 200 average that I want.
Just relax, dude. Third game is third game. Just take it as it comes, and you'll start to get better and better at it.
Yeah. I don't know why
Don't
like that even
overthink it.
started.
Well, it's because you had one bad experience and then it comes back to haunt you. It's kind of like when you fall on a lane. Nobody likes falling because your mind, it's kind of hard to get up, especially if like the approaches are tacky or something. There's a sticky spot. It's in your head that I'm going to fall again. I'm going to hit that
Mhm.
spot again. Or it's like you start pulling and you start getting tight because you're worried about that thing. And it could be from falling to, like you said, you just having one bad game and it's just followed you throughout the season. That
Yeah.
third game is your curse. So, like I said, new season coming up.
Yep.
Don't even worry about it. Start paying attention to what you're doing and then start looking at cues on the lane. Maybe it's always something small that
Mhm.
you're missing, that something is causing you to not strike or leave constant 10 pins, 7 pins, whatever it is that you're leaving when you're getting into the third game. There's something there that's saying, hey, I'm here, I'm screaming it. You just haven't seen it yet. But once you see it, I don't see nothing but good scores from you from here on out because you're a phenomenal bowler. Considering how you have that third game curse. No, if it's a 2 game set, you like Shikari. No, if it's a sprint, you dangerous.
She's got it.
When we got the
Yeah.
long haul. It's like we can catch you on that third game.
Right. Right.
But that's old news right now. We're all looking to bigger and better things moving forward. So definitely see that in your future with getting over that third game hump and conquering it and having a full set because you're more than capable of averaging 200 in my eyes. No,
Right.
that
Absolutely.
205, 210, I think you shortchange yourself just a little bit. I think you're probably capable of 210 plus, maybe even higher, considering your scores and what I've seen from you. So
Mhm.
Well, he's
definitely is
been working
is,
hard
I think,
too,
is your
so
goal. And you do work hard at your game, a lot more than I work at my game. I definitely feel ashamed to call myself a
guilty.
coach because I don't work on it at all. You have an excuse, geek. Your shoulders out of commission. You're bowling left-handed.
Right.
Yeah,
But we're
coming
going to get to the
around,
topic at hand, and the reason why we picked you for this is because you are a trash talker. You spew hot garbage at everybody that you come across. It doesn't matter who it is. No, and one thing I do admire about your trash talking is anybody can get it. No, it doesn't
Yes.
matter who you are. But there is an art to trash talking. It is, people don't think it is, but there's things you can do to really get in people's head to
Mhm.
take them out of their game. No, so trash talking is just a natural part of our game and what we do. So first question, I'm gonna leave it to Geek. I'm gonna let Geek ask his first question because I know I got you introduced, I got you in here.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
You're
But
good.
Geek, you go ahead and ask the first question when it comes to the art of trash talking.
Yeah, I mean, I like trash talking quite a bit, and my question is, what is it about a little bit of trash talking between bowlers that can be so much fun if done correctly? It's to me, it's just one of those intangibles that makes this sport a lot of fun going, with friends and family.
Mhm.
What about it makes it fun for you?
I think what makes it fun for me is when I'm trash talking with someone, and even though like we're challenging each other, we both want to see each other do good at the end of the day. I think some trash talking is done where like people want to purposely mess you up and want to see you fail, or just always bowl bad. But I feel like when I do it with people, I like even though I'm trash talking, like I want to do better than you, but I want us to both do good at the end of the day. And if you do better than me, I am happy for you. So that's what I think
Sure.
it is. Like even though you can trash talk, but like it's the intention behind it that really matters.
Sure. Yeah, and that's
Okay.
that's part of it for sure. There can't be malice to it. It's got to be, like I said, it's got to be part of the fun of it.
Hmm.
And if it goes overboard, that's never a good thing. But man, some good John back and forth. There's nothing better.
Exactly.
Geek, I never really hear you talk trash, honestly. Like, how do you
Oh,
talk?
it's
I mean,
coming.
I
we
feel,
know about Eric. We know about him talking, but when do you really talk trash? It's like you won't tease. You
I feel
I
like
tease
don't know. I
me.
pick.
I feel like
I,
I feel like he does. If someone else does, he'll say his little jab in there. I don't think he'll start it, but he'll
yeah, I mean,
feed off
like
what someone already says.
even on our last show when I pulled out the Corey Johnson, the chamois, I've got
Yeah,
tacked on the wall. I've got one coming from Derek. I know me and Eric are going to take that challenge. One of us is going to be sending a chamois somewhere.
Hmm.
Um, I've got a piece coming this fall season with my brother. I'm going to be bowling with my brother, and we're going to start up our sibling rivalry again. And you'll get to see a little bit more of that when I'm in my element with my brother like that, and my other brother may be in there too. So mine, like Aaron said, I'm a little bit sneaky with it. I'll like wait, and somebody will start chirping a little bit, and then I'll
Hmm.
come in and I'll be like, oh no, we're not going there. I got you.
Aaron, who do you think starts the most trash talking in our stream group? Who do you think starts it the most?
I think it's between me and Swan. I
Oh
think
no
I don't
way.
know. You you don't think?
Oh
You
yeah,
think it's me?
I'm being sarcastic. There's no way you and Swan start the most of it.
Who do you think starts the
No,
most?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh
It's
oh
a
oh oh
hundred
oh oh
percent hands down the two of you.
oh. I think her a little more because I'll be like, oh, like what a wonderful day, and then she'll be like, I hope it rains in your city, or she'll. I think she starts it more than me, but I will definitely keep it going.
Well, you
Oh,
know
for
what?
sure.
We have a bit of surprise for you. We're going to go ahead and invite a guest in. Do you happen to know
Oh
who
boy,
that person may be?
is it gonna be Swan?
I don't know. Who is it going to be?
That's the only person I can think of who it would be,
I am
We'll
or
trying to
Derek,
find out.
now.
or
It's a
Derek.
little surprise. We decided to do something a little different this time and actually get somebody else's opinion on trash talking because right now you are the king of the trash talk. Me, I don't like the trash talk. The reason why I don't like the trash talk is, one, it messes with me. It takes me out of my game because I take it, if a person really gets on my nerves, I kind of take it a little personal. But then it's not even the fact that I take it personal. I am worse when I dish it back out. Like, what I say really hurts feelings. Like, I had a dude want to kill me one time because he was talking mad trash to me. But he beat me one day, and then we had like a travel league stop the next day. And next thing you know, he was like, I'm gonna beat you at travel league. The day before, I was talking mad trash, and he kept striking and kept striking and kept striking. I'm like, dang, I can't do anything to get this dude to stop striking. No matter how hard I talk trash to this dude, he just got better and better. So I said the next day, I'm just going to shut up, and I'm just going to bowl. So the whole time he bowled and I bowled, he was struggling. I ain't say not a word. Strike. I am laying him out, not saying not one word, and he is getting pissed. He is getting so pissed. We get to the second game. By the second game, I was up on about 150 pins. And then by the third game, it was like 200. And then I started talking my shit. And when I did, boy, he was so mad. But there's a strategy to the trash talk, because if you know a person can feed off of it, and if you know a person can really use that to their advantage, why keep talking?
Right.
Yeah.
No, shut
I've
up.
got a comment down in my. I've got a comment down later in the show that I was going to use, but you bringing that up, you are that calm, quiet. When you just get focused, Dwight, and you're not really chirping much, you really get dangerous on the lanes. I've noticed that just watching your lives. When you're just calm and quiet, you are throwing the ball well.
Quiet
I think some
storm.
people, I kind of feel like I like to talk a little bit, and it kind of gets into me. My focus gets better when I'm chirping a little bit. You seem to be that quiet makes you more dangerous type bowler.
Yeah, and I learned that through trial and error. I don't talk trash well while bowling. It doesn't work well for me, because I can still throw the ball great, but then I start getting tapped. I'll get 10 pins, 9 pins, stuff I would not normally leave. And then the moment it's all over, I'm laying the pins out. So it's like, I just decided whenever I get into a situation, once the game starts, that's it. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to bowl, let the ball do the talking. And when all the dust settles, then I'm going to
I knew it.
But that's our guest right there, our other secret guest for you.
What's going on?
Hello. I'm not mad at it. I actually expected it.
Yeah, we decided to do this a little different because, it didn't make sense to have you on the show just by yourself with this particular topic without having Swan. Because you two both definitely talk the most trash. And it's not a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing. It's like, I love your no fear attitude towards anybody here. But it's like, with Swan, it's the quickness and the wittiness behind what she does. And then that evil laugh. That evil laugh when you mess up. It's like, you know what? I don't want to bowl no more, because she's just dogging you after that. And then don't let her beat you. Don't let her beat you. You're not going to
I'd pay admission to be at the bowling alley to watch you two bowl in the same place.
And right now, she got me by one game, and she's loving it.
I am loving it. And I hope it does rain in your city.
See?
Oh, God, she must have been listening.
That's the fun of it. But we're going to pose the same question to you, Swan. To you, what makes a little trash talk a little fun? And what makes the bowling fun when you do trash talk people?
Listen, trash talking is like my favorite thing. Like, it is literally one of my favorite things about bowling. For me, I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're a 250 average bowler or a 110 average bowler. We gonna trash talk. But
she don't even
like
care
Aaron
if it's her
said,
husband.
Huh?
She don't even care if it's her husband.
You know what? I trash talk him, but he really doesn't come back with it, so it's not as much fun. I like trash talking with people who are going to give it back to me. But like Aaron said, at the end of the day, it's all about like everybody being successful. Like we trash talk each other, but I would never wish like his downfall. Like, of course I want to beat him, but if he shoots 700, I can't do anything with that. Like that's awesome. So I think trash talk is just that extra oomph to make you bowl better.
Mm-hmm.
Lance says it doesn't bother him, by the way. He lets you talk your talk.
Yeah, that's why I just always say his back is hurting because I be beating him up bad.
His back's hurting because he's carrying you half the time.
Don't do that, geek.
Oh. I think Derek's a pretty good trash talker too, though.
He is.
Who?
Derek.
Yeah, he's like undercover good.
He's been in the game a minute, so it's like he could beat you, but it's like when he does beat you, it's kind of like why was I even talking trash to him anyway? It's just like I know I'm not going to beat him, but no, he's definitely a good trash talker. We all are in our own right. Yeah. I'm best after because there's nothing you can say. It's like let's look at this boy.
You're a Virgo,
last
right?
night, my dad was telling me he was on the live and he was telling me that we had competition. And the guy on their anchor bowler was like, "Oh, you have real competition." In my head, I'm like, "No, you don't." And I proved it. I beat him by 60 pins. I'm like, "We ain't even close. What you talking about?" It's because he threw the ball nice. He threw it real nice, but I'm like, nah. Like when I get quiet, that's how you know I'm really focused. If I'm chattering, like the geek said, it's definitely I'm not taking it serious. I'm not really being on. But if I'm dead quiet and I'm talking to anybody. Yeah, especially if I'm locked in, you're probably going to get your ass handed to you. And then I'm going to let you have it at the end, the most. And it's like, you're not going to be able to say anything because the score is going to be miles apart. But to go to our next question, I'm going to start with you, Aaron. When do you decide to start talking a little bit? Like, is there certain times when you decide to start chirping at somebody? Like, how do you decide when you're going to start talking trash to somebody? Or even vice versa, when do you know it's a good time to stop talking trash?
I feel like it depends on the person. Some people I just see like on site in the bowling alley. I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk trash. Other people I kind of like figure them out a little bit, or I try to like see how if they're doing it to me first, or like if I'm able to do it with them, if they do it with other people, something like that. And as far as stopping, I feel like if I see somebody visibly getting upset with either the trash talk or like they're not bowling bad or if they're not bowling good, then I'll stop because I don't want to make it worse for them. Even though in my mind I'm kind of like that's what you get, but
Don't we all? Juan, same question to you. What are the things you're looking for when you started?
What I look for is when you start getting on that roll and you got about 2, 3, 4 strikes in a row, I'll say something like, hey, you can stop anytime now. Or, I hope you don't get a split on that next turn. And I have to feel it out. Like, how did they take that? And if they seem like, oh, haha, then I'm like, oh, okay, I can mess with this person. But if they kind of look at me like, nah, leave me alone. Like, okay, then I won't. Now, when I wake up in the morning, my first thought is, how can I mess with Aaron today? I want to see that.
What's funny is Derek just said in my live, Swan starts when she wakes up. It's like, wow, okay, so we on that level of pettiness and trash talking. It's like,
I could see it. She rolls over. Lance, I'm going to beat you today. Just getting warmed up.
Oh, man.
Okay.
And then with the when to stop thing, like you can tell. You can usually tell like when somebody's bothered. So it's like, okay, I'll leave you alone.
Back off a little bit.
Yeah.
We know you don't really charge out. You don't engage. I don't do that, but I learned some tricks. I have learned tricks from people in the game that used to do the same thing to me. Is if I want to mess with somebody, which most of the time I don't. I really, unless they're like talking mad trash and like getting lucky. That's one thing I can't stand. Don't talk trash and you're getting lucky. It's one thing you tearing the pocket apart and you knocking them down. Hey, hats off to you. But if you getting lucky, you just almost left a 7-10 split. You knocked down the 4-9. You go in Brooklyn and through the nose, and you talking trash. Oh man, that does bother me. So what I do, and I learned this from a friend of mine, is I compliment them. I'll say, hey, what ball is that? That's a great ball right there, man. How did you get it drilled? Like, and just start asking them questions about something positive about what they're doing. And It's like it's a complete reversal of what they're
Yeah.
trying to do. Some people it works on. Most people it does. Some people it don't. Some people are just that locked in. But I find that sometimes just complimenting somebody on what they're doing, or even, hey man, you're doing a great job. That very next shot, it's in their mind. Oh, I'm doing a great job. Yay. I'm all giddy and everything, and throw the ball split. Mission accomplished. I got you to stop by complimenting you. No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the whole time like they don't even know there's been trash talk. It's like, why start something and be negative about it when you could actually be positive and have pretty much the same effect? Because as bowlers, we're all kind of in some way self-centered. We think about ourselves, and then when somebody says we're doing good, we're like, oh yeah, I feel good inside. Yeah, he said I throw the ball great. I had a friend
White's
of
up
mine
in here
who's
messing
like,
with people's minds.
yeah, it's a mind game. It's a mental
is.
game. So yeah, I'd rather mess with your mind if I really want to mess you up. But that's you got to really go far and get to me to do like that. I mean, I know a guy who was complimented by Jason Couch, and he thought he was the best left-hander in the world when Jason Couch said, "You throw the ball." I'm like, really? He told you that? I'm like, wow, yeah. Jason Couch told you was great, yeah. But you're struggling right now, so what's going on? Like, don't put me in that type of situation. But there's a
that
line
Virgo
of
in
just
you.
chirping and getting out of control and being rude. Do you ever mind being rude? I'm gonna answer that first. It depends on what you did first. If you were rude to me, then yeah, I'm gonna be rude back. I'm not gonna be as rude. I'm gonna be more rude when I'm done beating your ass. But at the same time, no, I'm gonna do little rude things here and there. But when do you consider it to be just outright rude when somebody's trash talking or you're doing the trash talking to somebody? Because I'm going to honor system thing. You guys are not really rude when it comes to it. So have you seen a situation where someone's just outright rude with the way they're trash talking to somebody? I'll go with Elena.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let her go on this one.
For me, I have seen people who were just flat out rude. To me, when it gets to be a rude thing, it's like when you're up on the approach and you're, getting ready to actually bowl and people are still trying to take you out of your game, like that crosses the line for me. I will mess with you up until you're getting ready to like move your feet. But once you start moving, that's when you stop. Like it's too much at that point. And I don't like going that far. So I'm not usually rude, but I've witnessed people who have been just like that. And I'm like, I don't want to bowl with you because that's not cool.
Right. And just, I agree with that. And just adding on to it, I think if you mention someone's like family or like anything personal, that's taken away off, I'm forgetting about bowling at this point. Like, I've seen people do that, and I've seen people have to like, stop a fight or, a fight about to happen. I just think that, and I think in any situation, just don't bring up somebody's family. I don't care if we're bowling, if we're dancing, I don't care. Like, certain things you just don't talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got a guy that I bowl with quite a bit, and he's a great guy. When he's bowling bad though, he'll start, like Dwight, you were talking about somebody talking trash a little bit when they're getting lucky. And he's a very good bowler, and if he's struggling just a little bit and maybe the other team gets 2, 3, 4 luckier strikes, Brooklyn, light mixers, just, all of a sudden he really kind of loses it a little bit and takes a lot of the fun out of the game just by being rude with what he's saying. And there's just no place for that, in my opinion. Like you guys said, there's a line, and when you hit that line, it's no longer fun, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, is having fun with this. And trash talking the right way is great, and as soon as you cross that line and you get upset and maybe you're angry, and now you're saying things out of spite or out of malice, it really takes everything away from what we're trying to do.
That is true. I've seen quite a few things in my bowling career. I've seen one guy, because we were like, it was a travel league. I'm trying to remember if it was our final stop before position round, whatever it was. The team I was on, we was in first place. We was beating the hell out of whatever team it was that was next to us, and we was getting rowdy because if you've seen college bowling, they get loud, they cheer, they do all that stuff. It's simple stuff. And this guy has the nerve to roll his bowling ball at one of my teammates' feet on the approach as he's on the approach. So, like, I don't jump in the fight with nobody. Normally, if you can handle it, I'll let you be on your own. But that really crossed the line for me. It was like, why would you risk bodily harm to somebody by rolling your ball at their feet enough for them to trip, break an arm, break a leg, break an ankle because you're mad because we're celebrating? When you're on 300 and people, your team is celebrating, well, nobody's telling them to be quiet. So why would you do that? And I had to pull the guy to the side because I carry a lot more respect than what I give myself in the bowling world, especially down here. And I had to tell him, like, dude, that was uncalled for. Like, do you know how stupid you look doing that? Like, how would you feel if you did that or somebody did that to your child? How would you feel? And he was like, well, he was like, yeah, you would be ready to knock somebody out, right? So just know that you was 2 seconds of getting knocked out by the whole team because that was truly shady. Just because we're winning and y'all losing, there's physical contact of any kind, whether it's you physically hitting somebody or throwing a ball at them. That especially a bowling ball, it's made to take down freaking pins at 16, 15 miles an hour. I've stubbed my toe on a bowling ball. I'm pretty sure we all have at one point. Or bowling bag has hit our foot. That's not fun. So why would you do that? No, I mean, unless you're really trying to hurt somebody, like that one video, that fight in the bowling alley with that girl.
I saw that.
Unless you're trying to fight somebody, that's not the thing you should be doing. So for me, getting to that point where you can't control yourself and you want to do stuff like that, that's what really irks my nerve. Other than that, I try to just ignore most of the trash talk because I know it don't benefit me. But if we're winning, it's like, no, I don't care. I'm an aloof person when it comes to bowling. I only get serious when I see people on my level or higher, or if I think you're on my level or higher, then I get serious, and then I really just get silent. But if I'm talking a lot, like I said before, I am definitely just having fun and not taking it serious. But definitely, being rude and doing things like that, nobody should have any type of physical altercation or do anything to anybody. It should stop. And my biggest pet peeve is doing it when, like you said, Swan, it stops when you start moving. I hate when people do it in your backswing or make a noise. Like, I've had people do that to me on 8 in a row. And I'll still strike and get the 9th strike, but then I have to look at them like, do it again. Just do it again and see what happens. Because I've had to throw a rising bag at somebody before for doing that. No, because every time somebody would go in their backswing and they're on the string, I think one time we was all playing around on a 5-man team and each of us had 5 strikes in a row. So from that point, he started in the middle of somebody's swing. And I'm like, who is making this noise? And when I found out what he did, I watched him. And as he was about to do it, I threw the damn rising bag in the back of his head. He was like, what the? I said, do it again. Do it again. That's just rude, man. Don't do that. Just because we're winning, take it. Take your L and keep on going.
That's that line between being competitive and still understanding that it is still a game. I know there's money. I know there's this and that, but man, that's over competitive. Like, just be happy for your teammate. Be happy for the other team. You just have to take it as it comes. There's no room for being rude like that ever. So that's my opinion.
Now, this next question I think will be really interesting if you
love this question
together.
Oh boy, we got to work together.
No, not necessarily, but in your trash talking, does your teammates ever join in on the fun? And I ask that because I see you two on a team tag teaming somebody and literally driving them up the wall. Between you two on the same team, I could definitely see somebody being drove and not want to go no more. But do your teammates ever chime in on the trash talking when you guys are on separate teams? And would you guys ever entertain being on a team together and just trash talk people? Like, I honestly would just sit down and drink a beer just to watch it. Just see how
I said I would pay admission to the lanes to see this.
So I feel like I'm the only one on my teams that trash talk. I think everyone is like more quiet, and like you said, they let their ball do the talking. Me, I'm like, I'm going to talk and I'm going to let my ball do the talking. Like, that's just how I am. And as far as me and Alana being on the team, I feel like that would be the best team ever, first off. I feel like we would be the life of the party.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
I totally agree.
Two of you and Derek.
Oh my gosh, it would be I'd be rolling. And same for me. Like, my team really doesn't trash talk either. So I feel like it's just me. And so sometimes I trash talk them, and then sometimes I trash talk the other team. It just depends on the situation. But
Yeah,
yeah, bowling on a team with Aaron would be hysterical.
it
Yes.
would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this then. Since you guys say you are the main trash talkers on your teams, have you ever been in a situation where both teams are just talking mad trash at each other, just going at it back and forth, and it's good in good fun, not in bad, just
Both
constantly
teams,
chattering
both teams
back and forth.
feeling it, both teams crushing it, and just getting after it.
Um,
Go ahead.
I feel like it's still mainly me. Like maybe occasionally, like if it's a team that like we really know well, it might be a little trash talk. But I'm still just the one. Like I don't care if I know you or if I don't. I'm gonna trash talk regardless if I can. All I need is one little reason to, and that's all. That's it.
And for me, I feel like I haven't crossed too many teams that are really into trash talking, so that kind of stinks. I do most of my trash talking in tournaments when I see people that I've had interactions with before. I don't know if y'all have ever seen me when I'm going back and forth with Rico, my friend Rico. You would think we hated each other because of how we talk to each other, but there's nothing but love there. But every opportunity I get to trash talk him, it's happening. So I think it really just depends. But a lot of the teams that we bowl against, they don't really do the trash talk thing. So it kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is there anybody in y'all circle that, besides friends, that you know on site, I'm messing with you? It's
Oh,
just
absolutely.
one of those people's like, yep, I'm getting on his nerves today. Who was that person for you, Aaron?
So it's actually two people. On the summer league, I did the doubles league. This guy named Maurice and this guy named Marcus. One's a left-handed, one's a right-hander, and they joined the league about 4 or 5 weeks in. And as soon as I don't know, we kind of just I was watching him bowl. I told him he had a good ball, and then my arm swing is kind of weird. So he said something like, "Oh, like you got a strike, but like why'd you throw the ball like that?" And I was like, didn't I just meet you? I just complimented you. You know what I mean? Like, so I think in a way, like I didn't take it really personally, but I think that was like kind of like the gateway. Like, okay, as soon as you mess up, if you trip over a pebble, I don't care. I'm gonna start trash talking you. So now the league's over now, but we were watching each other back and forth. We were challenging each other series. So I think like that's those two are definitely my people. His partner is the same way, where we just if they leave a 10 pin, I'm clapping. If I leave a 10 pin, they're clapping. So it's just kind of like that was kind of like the gateway and the start to it, I guess.
Okay. Oh, cool. What about you, Swan?
Mm, I can't really think of anybody that's like that. But I will tell you,
What about
I trash talk people in my live. Like when people come for me in my live, I will light them up in my live.
I'm
I was
guilty.
that a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm guilty
I
of
will
that.
come for you because listen, you don't know me. Like you don't know anything about me. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I've done that a
Hashtag
couple
Doug
of times.
Squad.
It's so much fun
I've
talking
done
trash
that.
in your lives, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because people come off just crazy, and I'm like, hold on now, you don't do it.
Hmm
Don't do
Two
it.
is definitely the wrong one. I just take the old Call of Duty approach and kick. Come back in and wonder what happened. Oh, you back? Oh,
I've
you
done
run
that
from
before.
something?
I had this dude one time. I kicked him, and he kept coming back as different people. And I was like, what is this? Like, block.
Wow.
And then he'd come back, and I'm like, it's you again, block. Like, it was weird.
And I'm
Oh my
thankful I haven't
God.
had anything like that yet.
Yeah,
Definitely
people are weird.
You know, people, the internet is weird.
It
You know,
is. It's a weird place.
but that's the last of
Yeah.
our questions. But we do have a question from Mr. Kevin Beatty. He says, for everyone, how did we start streaming? That's a very interesting question. I'll go first. I saw somebody else doing it. That's
Yeah,
it.
y'all
I saw
got me
somebody
into
else
it.
doing it. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I wasn't doing anything spectacular, and I saw it as a tool to watch me actually bowl and analyze. So that's how I got started. Geek, how did you get started?
I applied for Brunswick to get on staff, and one of the first things they asked was about our social media platforms. I didn't have anything. TikTok, barely used Facebook. I think I had opened it like once in 5 years, some stupid number like that. And like their first questions were, what social media platforms are you on? So I started with TikTok. I just went right there, got my Facebook page opened back up. And I think it's transformed since then. I never did get on staff with Brunswick. I've been applying for a couple of years. and I'm still here, a year and a half, almost 2 years later, and actually having more fun than I imagined I would have doing these social media type things, meeting people like Aaron and Swan and Dwight, Carl and Derek. And I think I've made some friendships that when I start traveling, it's going to be a lot of fun to meet a lot of people. So mine really came from wanting to get on staff and transformed into something completely different that I didn't even see coming.
Okay. Okay. Aaron, what got you into starting to stream?
Watching you guys stream. I made my bowling TikTok, and I was just trying to connect with other bowlers. Followed you guys. I saw you guys doing it consistently, and I was like, okay, I kind of want to do that too. And yeah, so you guys are literally the reason why I started doing it.
Okay. Elena, Miss Black Swan, who is the most popular one?
Oh boy.
What got you started?
You like how I had to clear my voice for this? It's about to be
That's what I
long-winded.
said. Oh boy.
No.
Far the most popular.
For me, I actually didn't even have TikTok a year ago, and I had to download it to complete this review that I was doing because I'm an influencer as well, so I review products, and I had to create a TikTok in order to review this product. And so I was just on there and I saw people streaming bowling, and I was like, this is a thing. Like, this is a thing. And so I created my separate bowling TikTok, and I started adding people and, trying to get to that 1,000 mark so I could stream. And then, I started streaming and, get a couple people the first time and a couple people the next time. And the next thing you know, you've got like a whole crew of people and you're like, oh, these are my people. So it's been a really fun experience. Like, I had no idea that TikTok bowling was such a big thing, but it really is.
Yeah.
Sure.
That is true. I didn't know it was huge. Some people, since I've joined, have stopped streaming. I don't know why. But hey, right now I'm the only one in all the leagues that pretty much streams in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, for what I know. And very few other people do it. So it's like, I do it for the TikTok. I do it for the fans. I do it for people who love bowling. To finish off the trash talking episode, I'm getting tongue-tied here. The final questions, I didn't see it, I'm looking at it now, is do you feel like it helps you bowl better? Or do you think the opposite makes you bowl better? Aaron, I'll go with you first. Do you think it helps you, the trash talk? Or do you see it as some type of stress relief? No. Getting the negative feelings or anxiety out by using words. Do you feel like it really does some type of justice for you to help you bowl?
I think it does both. I think sometimes the trash talk helps, and I think sometimes it hurts. I think that it helps when, I don't know, sometimes going into it, I feel like if I start off trash talking, I'm already having this positive mindset, okay, I'm going to do good tonight. I have to do good because I was talking trash. But I feel like sometimes if somebody calls me out and then I start trash talking, it doesn't help me out because I'm like, they're already feeling good. I'm trying to get myself into this challenge mode now. And that's when I think it backfires me. So Swan, when you do that to me, I be low key kind of mad. And I'm like, now I got to start attacking you before you attack me now.
Look,
yeah,
I wake up choosing violence.
That's what I'm saying. This season, I'm coming for all of y'all. I'm sorry, Dwight, you might be safe, but everyone else is not. I'm just letting y'all know.
Don't do that.
I told you. He said it. I'm the quiet assassin. I be keeping count, and you don't even know it.
Like I said, I'm going to see you in Harris. I'm going to see you in Harrisburg, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I mean that in the nicest way possible.
If I don't think I'm going to Harrisburg.
What?
They can't. They will not.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. Oh man.
Trust me, I would love to travel to Pennsylvania to give you a personal one-on-one lesson of going to basketball. I can't do it. They will not let me transfer and bowl with them, even though I've seen in tournaments somebody bowling from Houston in a northern eastern tournament. I've seen it. So I don't know what the new rule is, but I am working on getting my own Senate. So that's a whole nother venture there that I'm got to go out and recruit. I need at least 40 people. I got 9 so far, so I got another 31 to go, and then I got to find the league. So I'm just going to be very busy. But yeah, I do be keeping tabs. I just don't tell them.
I mean, look, you got lucky. You got lucky is all I got to say.
If that's what you feel.
I mean,
look, yeah, exactly.
By the end of this fall season, I'm gonna have so many signed chamois. I'm not gonna have enough room on my wall.
You're not gonna get one from me.
Do you have Derek's yet? Is the question.
No, something happened. I know he's gonna send it again.
Oh
Sent to
boy.
USPS.
Something happened in the postal
and you
service.
don't get
It didn't
nothing
show
with the
up, but
postal service.
yeah, I mean
He
things happen.
didn't send it FedEx. You gotta tell him send it FedEx or
FedEx.
UPS. Because if he sends it postal service, you're not gonna get it. It's gonna get
Probably
lost.
not. Well, I did send out the stream chamois that everybody won. I have been sending those USPS, but I make sure and I catch that tracking number, and I keep tabs on it all the way until it gets there. Like I could pretty much tell when people are going to pick those up out of the USPS. But yeah, it's not the greatest, but I'm sure it'll show up eventually. But until I actually see it, he's going to hear about it.
You're right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Aaron, do you have any people you would like to shout out?
I just want to shout out Delaware Bowling. I feel like we're like in a great area where we have great connections with DC, Baltimore, Philly, Jersey, New York. So shout out to Delaware Bowlers. There's a lot of Delaware Bowlers in stream that I've invited or they've just found out about it on their own. So yeah, just shout out to all of them.
Okay, and Swan, who are you shouting out again? Who are you shouting out? I know it's fall season and you got to get your swag people out there. So who you getting out there with?
First of all, this time I'll start with Lance because Geek got on me last time like a crazy person. So Lance for sure. And of course, Swag. You know, we got to shout out Swag. I'm about to tear this season up with Swag. Hallmark Bowling, get your shoes, your Hallmark shoes. Bowlify, get your Bowlify. Shout out to Stream Bowling because you guys are just awesome and y'all just make my day most days. So shout out to you guys.
Most days.
Most days. Now, when I lose to Aaron, I don't like that.
Ain't happening.
It's like Hulk going down the thing on the she lost. She about to tear some shit up.
Oh yeah.
Man, if the viewers could only see some of the stuff that we talk to each other in that chat.
Oh my god.
Y'all be bad.
I love it.
No doubt.
It was probably like, do y'all really y'all dysfunctional as hell.
Yes.
We have a comment. Any questions? Anybody got any questions that any of the guests might have asked in your individual lives? I know Kevin Beatty, he just said he's looking forward to this fall season, and he has his league meeting next week. Good luck to you, sir. I don't bowl fall season until after Labor Day.
Same.
Yeah, I bowled the 4th and the 9th. So I'll be beating, most of y'all then. So stay tuned.
I got one from Carl hashtag center dot crew.
Center dot squad. Let's
Center
go.
dot squad. Yep. And then I did have a couple of people mention I do have some stuff coming out, some geek stuff coming out. I know I think a couple of you have seen some of the stuff I've got, some bag tags and whatnot. I finally got to where I could order some more stuff. So Sarah, Carl, bunch of you guys, Swan, I'm going to get some stuff. I got some stuff coming for you. Aaron, I'll be expecting a signed chamois soon. Dwight got his stream chamois with his logo on there. Some good looking stuff we've got coming out.
It was wonderful using that chamois with that logo on the back, and then people was like, "Ooh, what's that?" It's like, yeah, it's stream right there.
That stream chamois came out nice.
They're really nice.
Oh, hold on. Pause. Tony P just said, your crew, aka us, don't get a shout out. So shout out to my Swan gang, Tony, Marv, Chris, Irv, Mac. Yeah, all the boys that come hang out with me. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. Thank you.
So many people that need shout outs.
I know,
on our
like
shows,
I can't do them all, but that's like
we
my
could have a whole
charity.
show just on shout outs.
Yeah.
We should. I shout out Stream Bowling and I shout out all y'all who are on with me on this journey. It's a lot more going on in the store. Like I know, Swan, I owe you a bowling ball that I haven't sent yet, and I owe the three of you a cleaner that it's just a lot going on and trying to get this send it off the ground, get the LLC for stream. But we are truly going to be an official group business as far as how things go. So it's just, I appreciate y'all for wanting to rock with me on this journey to do this show and get me back into doing the podcast again. No, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't probably be doing this. So I thank y'all and everything that y'all do and everything that y'all bring to it. And we going to ride this thing all the way out until our banner is on that podium, whatever it is that he got at the USBC Open as one of their sponsors and affiliates with USBC. So
that's right.
That's the goal. I can't thank y'all enough. So I truly appreciate y'all. Now for next week, we don't have a topic yet, but we will have a show. But I do think I know what I want to talk about. We just got to get the right guest, which, if she is available, it'll probably be Dr. Sue Segura Wheeler, who has just been announced as the Eastern TNBA Region Youth Director for tournaments. So if we can get her on the show next week, that's who you guys will be seeing. And we're probably going to be talking about just a competitive mindset, because just like Swan, she's a champion. She goes out there and she gets it. And I will love to have our second female from Stream on there and see what she thinks about bowling. But until then, this is Coach Geek, AT, and Miss Black Swan. We will see y'all next week. Deuces. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, see ya.
Out.